Hello YouTube, this is Zaz here, and as promised, we're gonna have a video on the in-depth builds on SS Lila, and we're gonna jump straight in. Two things to note, okay? First thing is that all her abilities are ice, right? And she innately has ice attack raise. So all these skills are already boosted by 20%. So that is a really neat thing that I just noticed. So I just want to let you guys know that. And second thing is, for in all her ice abilities, shit, I can't speak. Abilities, right? She's only lacking ice high boost. So if you're building her in ice, she has all the ice skills that you need already inbuilt in her. It's just you need ice high boost. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to talk about two things in this video. First thing is farming builds, right? How to build her for farming effectively. And second one is tower. Okay, so we're going to jump right into farming first. So what we have here is basic skills that all mages should have. Well, I'm not going to talk about other mages. Basically, for what I think that a core stuff that she should have in terms of farming is you want to farm fast, you want to farm efficiently, and then you want to farm in stages where you can one shot, right? So let's go through the basic skills. Magic up. Okay, all the magic ups add up to 12 SC, and you want fast aura, magic aura, and elemental magic. 7 to 10 meaning a tier 3, right? If you're using tier 3, it's 7 SC for fire, earth, and yeah, and ice and thunder. So 10 SC for light and dark. So this is something that you can work around. You can depends on what stage you're farming, the element that you need on her. Okay, so these are the basic skills that you need. You probably don't need immovable object because if you have high cast speed, she won't be interrupted. The chances of her getting that will be really low. So make sure you have high cast speed. So using the accessories, you guys should already know that. Okay, so there are gonna be two builds that I'm gonna build her into. One is the recommended, which I think is the best for her, and the other one is standard mage. So standard mage will be basic core will give you 33 total SC. So if you have light magic or dark magic equipped on her, it costs 33. If not, it costs 30 if you are putting a regular element. So from here on out, these are the 4 skills that you can put on her to increase her damage depending on how many SCs you have. But dual wield, if you want to put on dual wield, you've got to make sure that you have good wands or staffs. Okay, you got to make sure you have good ones to help her do more damage. So there are quite a few items, good stuffs around, and of course some of them they add elemental damage and stuff and whatnot. So do what you see fit. So dual wield, I will only choose it if you have good weapons. And then you have attack raises, you have boost and high boost. So all these are up to you to choose. And then if you have extra SC lying around, you can put on another element, and then you can make her like you can farm her in more stages. You don't have to keep going back and forth into equipping her differently. But of course that will be the most efficient if you can, because not every stage is weak to a certain element, right? Okay, so moving on, the next build that I'm gonna be talking about is the actual build that I feel is gonna work best on her. Okay, so what's gonna be added here is elemental crits. So all other elements except ice would need this skill to unlock crit. So elemental crit for the elemental that you want to bring into the stage. And next you have all the crit ups and also fast crit. Okay, it's very important to have fast crit. If not, you have to ask someone or even her to cast crit on herself before it can work, which is not effective at all. You want it to be fast, so you want it to be the farming to be fast. So you just want her to go into the stage immediately, instant cast. Okay, so and that will give you clear speed. Okay, so you're gonna have crit ups, you're gonna have aim vitals. Okay, aim vitals will increase the damage that you do when crit. So all in all, this will give a 34% crit chance, and there is 80% plus base for crit damage. Okay, so that's total of all this is 24 SC. So 33 or 30 plus 24 is 54 or 57. Okay, so any other SE that you have, you can put on attack raise, you can put on elemental boost, you can put on elemental high boost. So it's up to you to play around, but that will be the core that I'm gonna say that is gonna be effective for her. So 80% additional crit damage, it's it's quite a lot. And if you add in magic aura, which is also gonna be insane, right? So this is gonna be the build that I recommend for everyone to be building her as a crit mage. Okay, so that will be the skills to have for her. So for equipment wise, basically for wands, you want the highest, either the highest int wand that you have, or you want things that give you additional stuff. Like for example, Caduceus Dark, right? Is it called Caduceus Dark? Yeah, so that wand gives you a dark critical. So it gives you a dark critical. So if you dual wield this as a sub wand, you can put on a high damage wand on the other slot, and then it enables dark attribute magic. So you can play around with all these equipments to find a good synergy. And of course, Heaven's Cry is actually really good on her if you run her crit. Yeah, only if you run her crit, right? Because it does 30% additional crit damage. Okay. Um, and next we have the accessories, right? The accessories, basic accessories for mages, Red Moon Stone and Cultist Pendant. I'm leaning towards having both of them, but if you have Banger of the Master Thief, right, you want to let her steal some items of killing units. It is also a good choice if you are really farming for mats and not really going so hard into clearing things that fast. But it's still fast. So you're just gonna sacrifice either Red Moon or Cultist Pendant for Banger or the Master Thief to get that effect. Okay, and next we have it's Tower. This is a little bit more complicated because in Tower, um, things are not gonna die as fast in higher floors. I'm not gonna talk about lower floors. Everybody knows we just spam and tech and spam spank. Is that what it's called? Okay, so for tower, it's very important to be flexible, right? Because having one element usually only works on lower floors, and moving up to higher elements, higher levels, higher floors, you will need probably sometimes a few elements in a certain stage to actually clear it better, easier. So I built her in a certain way whereby it's either 3 elements or 2 elements, right? Because usually if you are just only depending on her ice element, it's gonna be very limiting. So I that one you guys can build her in any way, and it'll be pretty easy for you guys to build her because she has already so much boost in ice. So I'm not just gonna talk about dual element and also triple element. Okay, so the first build that I have for her is triple element sustain build. This is gonna be based off ADSC, guys. Okay, ADSC, because I don't know how else to cater to everybody out there, because everybody's gonna have different SC on their characters. So I'm just gonna put on an ADSC build. So sustain 3 elements. Archangel's Blessing, I feel that is one of the most important spell on a caster, right, for your mage or for your support. So that one is definitely a must. And magic up, all the magic ups, all the crit ups, and all the MP ups. So that will add up to 42 SC. And do take note that she doesn't have immovable object, so you want it on her too, because getting sometimes you get time stop spells from the opponents. That's gonna interrupt your spells, and it's gonna cause some panic, in your gameplay. So immovable object 11 SC, so that would add up to 53 SC. So you can see 53 SC already spent just by putting all those things, and we have not even moved on into other things. Okay, so uh I will put it as I'm gonna put in one of the two light element or dark element, which is 10 SC tier 3, and also another tier 3 fire, thunder, or earth at 7 SC. So that's 17 SCs. Okay, so 17 SCs for 2 elements. And then next we're gonna have Proc Force, we're gonna have Aim Vitals. Proc Force is gonna give her that sustain, which she can proc off crits and get heals. So when she heals to max HP again, if she gets hit, she heals to max HP, she's gonna get that tasty Moonlight, okay, Moonlight buff, which is pretty good. And aim vitals is of course self-explanatory, getting more crit damage of that. And Mimicry God is the last two SCs that I'm gonna add into that 80 SC build, because I'm gonna use Divine Beast low mecha as the arc on her, because as you can see, there is no critical used on this light or dark or even the fire, thunder, earth. So you will need crit to make this work. So Divine Beast low mecha is gonna give you all attribute magic attacks get a chance to deal critical damage, which is saves you 6 SC each. So that is gonna be the arc that I'm gonna put on her, and also she gets additional damage from the arc itself, which you guys can take a read what that arc does. And as for equipment wise, okay, it's gonna be Heaven's Cry, which is gonna add in another 30% crit damage. Okay, the next thing is Researcher's Attire. Okay, I feel that this is one of the best um, armor to be wearing on a mage or a support, because it gives +2 silence and illness. So illness is a decent buff on her because she sustains using proc force. So if she gets you don't want to be like holding off your cast because she has illness and you need to wait for your support to be hit, to be removing that before you actually get to cast your magic to heal back the HP, right? So it'll be good if you have some illness resistance on her. And silence is the she can't cast. So this is the equipment I'm going to go with. And third is okay, this is the thing, she is weak to stun, so it's probably pretty vital for her to stay unstunned. Is that a word? Right? So I would put Ice Queen Jelly on her to add in 1 stun resistance, and at the expense of either Red Moon or Cultist Pendant. But I'm going with Red Moon because I feel in Tower your mages don't have to be super fast cast, because you won't be clearing them one shot. You are not saving much time actually. You just need to deal damage. Of course, it's debatable. Some stages you want her to fast cast and then cast as many times as possible to nuke down the boss. That of course you can tweak it out. You can change it out. But if on a normal circumstance, I feel that having fast cast on your healers are more important. Okay, which we will probably talk about in the future streams, future videos. So I feel that it's okay to not cast as fast. It's just that since she also has immovable object, right? So it's not as vital for her. So you can actually take out Cultist Pendant and put in something else, or yeah. Okay, so in this build, the total crit chance will be 34%, with a support casting critical on her. So somebody has to cast critical on her. If not, she's not gonna be able to reach that amount of crit chance. Okay, and for that, this build to work, she has to get the critical buff. And the total crit damage here is base plus 50 plus 30 plus 30. So total you get plus 110%. So her crits will deal additional 110% damage. Okay, which is awesome, right? Yeah, this is why she works as a crit build. And damage multiplier, okay? So she gets the 50% first cast magic cast of Divine Beast low mecha. Okay? Alright, next is gonna be the dual element build. Okay, this is gonna be making your elements stronger. Just 2 elements and being more focused. So this will be good for if you already know what the boss is weak to, and you're gonna use a gate spear and then tweak your build, right? So the same thing is gonna be same base is gonna be there. Archangel's Blessing, magic up, crit up, MP up. So this is 42 SC. You probably don't need immovable object, okay, because I'm gonna explain to you why later. So dual wheel is gonna add 14 SC. So total it will be 56 SC, right? So we have 24 SC left. So there's gonna be a few options I'm gonna give you guys. First option will be Elemental Magic, okay, which is a spell that you choose, and then having the high boost or magic aura, but you have to sacrifice 1 MP up, MP up 1 to get the 9 SC. And then elemental crit. So you get to crit, you get magic aura, and you get the magic, the elemental magic. So this is one of the builds to use your remaining 24 SC, which gonna give, but you don't have sustain for this build. Take note. So option 2 will be elemental magic plus elemental crit and plus proc force and aim vital. So you lose out on having additional damage from magic aura or high boost, but you get proc force and you get aim vitals. So this will give her sustain. So if you want sustain on her, you can put this on her. And option 3 will not have dual wield. Okay, you're not gonna have dual wield, but you're gonna get more boosts from your skills. So what I'm gonna add is magic aura, elemental magic, plus elemental crit, and plus proc force and aim vital. So this will give you sustain. This will give you 75% from off magic aura. This will give you crits, right? So you can either go with dual wield or you can go with option 3, which has no dual wield, but you save a bunch of SC and then you use them on other skills. So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna be left with 5 SC. You can put on this following choices, which is first one is reinforce. Okay, reinforce, I think it's a decent skill. If ultimate is at full, you get more int, right? So you're gonna time your ultimate in a sense. If you're already killing the enemy, you probably would not want to use your ultimate, so the ultimate is gonna be left full. So you can make use of that time to nuke down the opponents, nuke them down before you actually cast your ultimate to regain back the MP on the next round, for example. So that might be a good tool to be having. And on next, you can put critical, the spell, plus elemental boost. So critical spell, so she can cast critical on herself, and you have an additional elemental boost, okay, which is 3 SC. Or you can just put on the fast skill. So you can mix and match all the skills, fast skills, to give her the initial burst. But in long fights, it's not as effective. So yeah, this is gonna be the builds that I'm gonna have for her. And as well for arcs, right? I'm gonna explain why I didn't have immovable object on her. It's because of the arc that I'm gonna use on her, which is Altar of the Forbidden Book. Okay, minus 50% MP cost. So her MP is gonna cost 50% less, but of course it's gonna, if you're gonna use magic aura, it's gonna probably negate itself. And casting leeches HP, right? You lose 20% of your max HP per cast, but you're gonna get heals from proc force. Okay, so when you crit, you're gonna get heals. So that's why crits are very important in this build, and she's definitely rocking it, man. And you get magic damage plus 25% from this arc. Okay, and of course it gives you immovable object. All right. And next we're gonna move on to the equipment. So what equipment do you want to use on her? Heaven's Cry, like I say, is one of the best items on her if you run crit. Okay, and if you dual wield, you want Phantom Spirit Bow on her because it adds additional 50% crit damage, right? So this potentially will add up her crit damage to a really high amount. I'm gonna go say it in a little while. And the Researcher is gonna be the armor, and Jelly Queen, Red Moon, Stone, Cultist Pendant, the same stuff. All right, and okay, we're gonna go to the total crit chance over here is 34% with a support casting on her. You need critical spell on her if you want her to be proccing crits. And crit damage will be base plus 50, 50, 30, 30. This is gonna add up to 160% plus base. Okay, whatever base is, because right now a lot of people are saying 10%, some are saying 20%, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it as that. Okay, so if anybody finds out what's the base crit damage, and do let me know, man. And so that's base plus 160% crit damage, right? It's you know, when I'm doing this up, it feels really unreal, man. And all right, the damage multiplier you're gonna get is 25% magic damage from Altar of the Forbidden Book and magic aura. okay, which is 75%. So that's all this is gonna add up, man. She's gonna be a powerhouse in terms of um, her in tower, and I think that she can run the different builds in tower, and she can run different elements. So of course, these are basic builds that I build out on based on ADSC. Do let me know if you guys thought of anything else. And right, this is the end of my in-depth SS Lila builds on her. So if you have any questions, or you have any way that I can do the video better, do comment on the comment section below, man. And I do thank you guys for watching. And this is Zaz here, and I'm signing out.